When you turn on your faucet, do you trust what's coming out of the tap? In Lake Jackson, there are still plenty of families that don't. In September, a little boy died after contracting a rare disease from the city's water supply. We wanted to know if other water systems are now testing specifically for the so-called brain-eating amoeba. And as Channel 2 investigator Joel Eisenbaum found out, the answer might surprise you.
At just 6, he had that sort of carefree happiness that only kids do.
He liked to be outside, he liked to play baseball, liked to golf, and, do anything he could.
Then, in the most devastating way, it stopped. The whole world did.
I'm angry and upset and sad and heartbroken.
Her boy, Josiah McIntyre, died September 8th. Just days after his trip to this Lake Jackson splash pad. It's what was in the water here that killed him.
It's a protozoal infection, a parasite, so to speak, generally acquired through water exposure.
To put it plainly, Naegleria fowleri is a brain-eating amoeba, and evidence of its presence was later found in other parts of Lake Jackson's water supply.
This amoeba should be handled easily in the distribution system, handled by chlorine.
Lake Jackson's chlorine levels weren't what they should be. State regulators say they are now. Channel 2 Investigates has found that since 1962, at least 144 Americans have met the same fate as young Josiah. That's not many, but it's happened in Texas more than any other state, and 3/4 of the victims have been male. What's even more rare is to come into contact with this deadly parasite via tap water. Only 0.5% of the fatal cases originated this way.
We have 25,000 citizens here in Alvin, and it's very important that we make sure that our citizens are safe.
You would think in the aftermath, water systems across southeast Texas would be scrambling to test for the presence of this brain-eating amoeba. And Alvin's doing just that. So is Missouri City and Rosenberg. Each has tested negative.
We have to concentrate it because the microbe is so small and it's so rare.
Local firm Envirodyne tests water systems for the parasite. And that work is relatively cheap, less than $1,000. Still, Channel 2 Investigates found the overwhelming majority of water systems we contacted, over 80 of them across our area, are not doing it. 95% of them are not specifically testing for this potentially deadly brain-eating amoeba.
One of our neighbors had this big problem, and these tests are cheap. Why wouldn't we do it?
I know what we do to make sure we're meeting all the state and federal standards and that our water is safe to consume.
So it's just it'd be unnecessary to do this.
Absolutely unnecessary.
That bold statement is from the director of one of the largest water systems in the U.S. Yvonne Williams-Forrest runs Houston's water department. She says around-the-clock chlorine monitoring and more generalized bacteria testing eliminates the need to test specifically for Naegleria fowleri. And that's in line with industry standards. Standards Lake Jackson did not meet, and it cost the McIntyres dearly. So we've done some work for you here, assembled a list of dozens of water systems you can check for yourself to monitor safety. You can find it at click2houston.com under the Investigate section. Joel Eisenbaum, KPRC, Channel 2 News.